If you are one of those who came across my review for 11 in the last month or so, then you know I spoke about 11 being the second time something starring Raghav Juyal blew my mind. The first time was an action film that came in 2023, released in the Toronto International Film Festival in September 23 and released in India in July 24. Yes, I'm talking about a film called Kill, and it completely blew me away. Kill is an action thriller starring Lakshya, a newcomer, and Raghav Juyal. While the large part of the screen time is dedicated to the newcomers, but you also have Ashish Vidyarthi as well as Harsh Shaya in key roles. As the name suggests, is an out-and-out action film, but it's not just another action film in Indian cinema. It is a landmark film in my book. It creates a paradigm shift for action sequences in India as well as the entire genre. While there have been a lot of films in Indian cinema that have had great action, that have had relentless action, and that have had some mind numbing action as well, this is a film that is relentless, yes, but not mind numbing. It does not have action for the sake of action, and every action sequence is creative, is new, and is mind blowing. The film has a runtime of 1 hour and 40 minutes, and in those 1 hour 40 minutes, I can vouch that you will not have a moment to breathe. If you are action lovers and you haven't seen this, you have missed out on something truly fantastic. I would highly recommend that you go watch it. A shorter runtime is one of the highlights of this film. There are no songs in this film, so it is about the story, it's about the characters, and it's about relentless action. The film almost entirely takes place on a train, and hence what you have are closed spaces, very narrow areas, and all of these things are utilized beautifully to create some jaw-dropping moments of action. The story is fairly simple. There is a guy, there is a girl, they love each other, but the parents don't allow it. The guy follows the girl on the train and says that I'm going to be with you. We get married as and when we find a chance. And it just so happens that on that train, after a station or two, get on a band of dacoits. The simple plan that they have is that they're going to loot a few bogies and then jump off. But little do the dacoits know that lead protagonist as well as his friend, both the people who are on this train because of the girl, are NSG commandos. What I loved in this film was that action is ingrained in the storyline. These two people who are fighting are not just some random people who happen to be on a train and who want to save a bunch of people, or this hero is not some random guy who's just fighting with 30 odd dacoits because he loves this girl and suddenly he knows how to fight and all of that. There is a logic. These guys are commandos, and hence every time they throw a punch, every time they throw a kick, it is choreographed to perfection. In comparison to this, when the dacoits are fighting, these are local goons. They're not trained fighters. They do have some weapons along with them, but they are using these weapons as any novice would. And that's the beauty of these two worlds colliding. How this is made to work is with the help of some sublime cinematography, some fabulously creative camera angles. The time when this film released in Toronto Film Festival last year, I'd been hearing rave reviews about this and I really wanted to watch this. I had heard comparisons about the cinematography looking like something that you would have seen in Upgrade, another fantastic action film that you must watch. While the camera work is not as slick and as wild as Upgrade, it is still a leap and then some ahead of what we've had in Hindi cinema. First half still takes about 15 odd minutes in the beginning to build up on the characters, but the second half is just that much more relentless. You don't even get those 10 minutes that you got in the first half. That's why I said you will not have any time to breathe. I cannot harp on this enough how much I loved this film. Lakshya as one of the leads in this film is fabulous. His body language, the persona that he carries, and the choreography that he's able to execute. Huge shout outs to the entire technical crew that this film has. Cinematographer, the stunt coordinators. One of the huge highlights of this film is how some of the kills have been choreographed, and it's really not for the faint hearted. I'm going to give you a heads up on a couple of these. There is a gut opening with a knife scene which is pretty vivid and in your face, and there is the creme of the crop, a death scene with a fire extinguisher being used to squash a man's head to a pulp. If you can get woozy, if you can't handle gore, and just hardcore violence, this is not the film for you. But if you can, then this is something that you are gonna love. If you're a fan of action, as I already said, I can't believe that you've missed this film. And if you have, it's lucky for you because Kill has just started streaming on Hotstar, and that's why I got another nudge to do this review. Go ahead and watch Kill. You will not believe what you've seen. It's 140 minutes of pure, unadulterated action cinema. This is what cinema is all about. This is what action films are all about. And I loved every minute, every second of this film. Please go ahead and watch it. Huge shout outs to Lakshya, to Raghav Juyal, and the entire team behind Kill. This is a fabulous film, needs to be celebrated, needs to be watched, and we need to learn from it and build on this. Go watch Kill on Hotstar right now.